Okay, a small explanation video regarding this Star Wars build. I think it might be interesting to go over a few steps. So in fact it all starts with a massive solid square block, could say 4 by 4 inch more or less, and 3 inch high. So that's the first step, cutting a square. And then you've seen I adjusted the wire in an angle I like and started cutting off all the sides. Now one thing that is really important is that if you cut a side off, like you see this angle was cut off, that if you go to the other side, that you keep the sheet on and you cut the other side. So here you take the first one, this sheet comes off, you flip it, return it, and then you do it again. So, and then you actually have your base. Now I like the inside, I like that there is an inside. So the most simple thing is, at some point you go in, you've seen it, I go along, I move the block along the fence up until let's say, so if it's 1/5 of an inch thick, the wall, I stop 1/5 of an inch from the edge, switch off the hot wire, make sure the wire is loose within the cut, that it doesn't stick on the foam. And actually, if you push the metal bar a little bit down, then the wire has a little bit more room, and then I can turn it along the fence to the next side and do the next cut. If you want to have really secure, perfect, neat, clean cuts, you measure out exactly where to stop, so you don't cut too short or go too far. And when you've done that, you get out this square block. And this square block, within this square block, there is enough for making the little dome and for making this little roof, and again, and also this little railing or edge where this roof can rest upon. So that's actually all quite well, simple. This angle, you might have noticed that after I cut this block, I cut another block with exactly the same angle, only one side. And the reason for this is that if I want to add these little extras, I need blocks that have exactly the same angle as the wall. Makes sense. So when you're done cutting your block, cut an extra block, just one side, because if I put this side to my fence, the wire cuts again here, for instance, and then I have this angle again. So that's actually very simple. And by cutting this in a specific thickness, mind you, this is wide, I end up having a thinner sheet in this angle. I believe I have one here. So, and now I can, first of all, I can top off this also in a specific angle. Now I can adjust the wire, I can use an angle cutter, but I can also lay my hand on the work surface of the Proxen, put it in a desirable angle along my fence, pull it towards me, and I get my angled top. And as you can see, I also did the same thing with the side here. So it's not a straight block that is as wide at the bottom as it is on top, but I actually sliced off a piece. This technique is done with all these little elements you see over here. And finally the door, that is, again, we start with a angled piece, but now we make a straight cut because the door is straight. Sure, you could also make another angled cut, so the door would go sticking out like this, but that's all optional. Anyway, straight cut. And then I chose for a cornered thing because the whole project is cornered apart from the little dome on top, but it could also be round. And again, cutting out the inner part is simply again deciding how thick the wall has to be, and move this part along your hot wire, stop at the corner, rotate it along the wire, along the fence, and go on and all the way around. Once you've done it, take out the middle piece, cut off maybe a fifth or sixth of an inch, whatever, and place it back, and you have your door. So in all, it's a relatively simple build. If you need a quick village or city setting, imagine how many of these builds you can do in a day. The fun thing is everything is okay. All kinds of shapes you can glue against it. A nice thing is if you have plastic toys or you find some toys where they have consoles or panels, cut them out, you can glue them on. Even straws, like for large tubes or anything goes. And the next level to round it all up is try and make something even more impressive, like making a rectangle shape the same way as this one, a square shape, and merge them together, and try also another type of structure. As for the structure, you've seen it, the little tiny roll I used works really well for plaster, concrete and stuff. So yeah, time to paint this little building up, but this is it for now. I hope this extra explanation made sense, and hopefully it helps you to get started on your own builds. So thank you for watching, have a lot of fun, and I think I will start preparing my next project. Bye bye.